What's up, peeps? Nick Battle, aka NinosCorner, man. First off, if you like this content that is coming to you, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and comment on all the videos. But today, guys, I got a very special guest, man, Tim Crowder, man. So 2005 national champion at Texas, 2007 draft pick for the Denver Broncos, second round. Funny story. I was just RA in college. So, me and Tim kind of go way back since 03. So Tim, what's up, man?
I'm doing great. Excellent, man. Just washed my cars early today, and I went on a 3-mile run this morning with one of my neighbors.
Yeah.
Just living life like a normal human being.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, it is good to talk to you, man. It's been a long time, man. So, first off, man, Tyler, Texas, man. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. So I know all about East Texas. Beast Texas is, that's our thing, right? So tell me about Tyler, Texas, man.
Just a blue collar city, man. I mean, when you look at me, it's like, okay, that's a Tyler dude through and through. Or really not even Tyler, just a dirty. It's like that's the dirty South over there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man.
It's like East Texas, kind of like where the dirty South ends. You know what I'm saying? So you got dirty South, you got East Texas all the way to Georgia and Jacksonville, Florida. I've been in that area before too, Mississippi. So you meet one black person in East Texas, you meeting the same person in Georgia.
Same person all the way, man.
All the way.
Yeah, man. Hey, so tell me about this, man. East Texas is known, especially back then, it was a big, A&M ground, OU ground, LSU ground, man. What made you come to Texas, man?
Man, the reason I came to Texas is really the city of Austin is what kind of sold me, because I took a visit to Aggie Land, and I was like, man, I don't want to be a part of no cult. They was over there, worshiping the bonfires and
oh man,
doing all these silly chants and stuff, and they had male cheerleaders and all that crap. And I was just like, nah, man,
this ain't for me.
So I came to Austin, and man, I wanted to come to a city. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to live in Tyler 2.0. So I saw the city of Austin, and I clicked with Mac Bryan and all the coaches and a lot of the players. They loved it there. I went to Oklahoma, and they was telling me, man, don't come here. Like,
oh really?
Like we don't even like to be here. Just a football factory. It's football and nothing. I was just like, I want to live my life too.
Yeah.
So, Austin was a place. I actually took a visit down to LSU too.
How'd you like that?
It was just too hot and muggy down there, man.
Man, hey, I'm from Louisiana. I know 100% humidity, 24/7. You walk outside, you're sweating. You're already wet.
It was bad down there, man. They was on that jambalaya, and they was speaking that Creole and other stuff, and I was just like, dude, I was like, no, this is a little bit too, I'm kind of removed from the slavery days, man. It's a little too hick for me.
Boy, you're a fool, man. Yeah, man. I get you, man. So tell me, just one funny story about Mac, man. Coach Brown.
Oh man, how can I say? I'll tell you a story that most people do not know. Only you played there. So, my days at UT, man, I was laid back, but if you bother me in the wrong way, I'll snap at you, So I'll never forget. So Oscar Giles was a D-lines coach.
Yeah, big Oscar.
We had a meeting. We had a defensive meeting and stuff, and position meeting, and Coach Giles said, "Hey guys, if you guys get hurt, anything, make sure you get up and walk off the field." And me and Brian Robinson and the Ragpo, we all looked at it as like, man, this dude done lost his mind. Like, if I'm hurt, I'm gonna lay on the ground. And so until the trainer comes out there. So we was all like, okay, if you've been in the program for a while like us, you say, you know what, this is coming from up top. This must be Coach Brown talking.
Yeah.
Because he is really stressing this stuff like this. So what happened is we went out there on the practice field, and man, I just so happened to get hurt, dude. And I'll never forget Coach Giles walk over to me. He like, get up, Tim, get up. And I must have snapped at him. I was supposed to say, and so Mac Bryan came over, was like, I'm sick of you and all this stuff, getting on my nerves. And I was like, you better get away from me. And, we going back and forth, and Mad Dog had to get between us.
Not Mad Dog,
but it was a side that Mad Dog was like, hey Mac, you need to walk on the other ear, like get away from him because he'll snap and choke you out, But But no, man, it was just funny. Like I've never seen him like come at it because he's always been so passive, right? But
Yeah, he's
he
always
was
cool,
really
calm,
mad. He was
collected.
really mad at me that day, man. Like it's weird. I kind of gained more respect for him as a
Oh yeah, as a
man after
coach.
that. Like,
Yeah.
hey, he got some cojones about him.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. So tell us about your job now, man. With the whole, training and everything, man.
Well, I started Nuclear Athletes, athletic training company in 2014. I actually officially retired in 2013.
Yeah,
And one thing I want to do, I want to get back to the kids in some kind of way. I was already training pro athletes at the time, but they the ones who kind of, usher me into training the kids. Derek
yeah,
Johnson, Jamal Charles, and they were just like, dude, you need to get around kids and give back. And that was probably the best decision I ever made. And it actually provided therapy too. Like it's weird. I've actually like had some guys come out and like when they get retired,
mm-hmm.
I would have them come out and just kind of work with the kids a little bit, and it'll kind of make that, it's kind of make you feel selfless to the point where
Yeah,
like, you know what, man, I done made it to the NFL. Dude, I done made it to the promised land. So let me get back to these kids and try to get them there or get them close to it or anything like that. And
yeah,
that's what we do, man. So I've been working with the kids. I get them faster, speed development, develop their position. Mobility is a big thing, man. And it's a
yeah,
lot of kids that just don't know how to move nowadays. It's not like us, Nick. When we were coming up, man, we would go jump over the creek.
yeah.
We would go get on the pull-up bars. We'll
Go
walk the
outside.
railroad.
Just
We would
go
walk the
outside.
railroad. Yeah, just go outside. We'll walk the railroad tracks.
Yeah,
The little beams and stuff to
none of
work on
that now.
balance.
None
They
of
don't
that.
do any. They don't get out and explore anymore. They don't know how to get their hands dirty.
Man, hey, I'm with you. I got a 6-year-old, right? So, my wife, keeps him in the house. I'm like, nah, we putting him in running class. He in
Yeah,
football camp, t-ball, tennis, you name it, man. He
yeah.
just ran his first 5K. So last weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I'm like, look, I'm getting them in there, man. Just
Yeah.
stay active, man. Because if you don't let them
Hmm.
stay active, they just gonna be on, like on a laptop or a computer all day, and their
Yeah.
mind
They're
gonna be
gonna
fried. And so
they're gonna grow up and they're gonna grow up uneducated,
yeah,
unmotivated, and fat.
yeah,
That's the
that's a bad combination.
three recipes that uneducated. Exactly. That's a
Yeah,
bad combo right there.
yeah, man. It's a bad combination, man. But yeah, man, I'm with you on that. Kids got to get outside, man. They definitely got to get back working, man. Because I was a kid, you were a kid. Like you said, we walk down the street, we playing basketball, we playing football, we running up to the store. We might be riding a bike for 2-3 hours. That's just what we did. It's the stuff that you did, right? So yeah, man, but cool, man. But hey, let me tell you something too. So I remember your freshman year. I'm in the chow hall and I'm down with Eric Hardiman, right? And we sitting there eating,
Oh yeah.
and you walk in, right? So Eric goes, Big Tim, can't nobody block Big Tim. He give me everybody fits. He said, Jay Scott, he said every offensive lineman. He called them all out. He give them all fits. Tell me about those battles, man, that you had, man. Because we had some good guys on there. Jay Scott, Tony Hills, Casey Studdard and all them, man. Blaylock.
Yeah, man. It was a truly a battle. It was a battlefield every day, man. When I came in, I was quiet. I didn't say too much, but when it came to the football field, like I was all about kill them all and let guys sort them out. That was just my mentality. I was just like, it's kind of how I was kind of a combination growing up of a country slash hood. So it's
You
like
right.
when you get out on the yard, it's like, all right, I'm going to be humble, but I'm not going to let nobody try to punk me out here.
Yeah.
So when I realized I got that, I said, you know what, I'm about to put my helmet in their chin strap and let's see how they like it. And,
Yeah.
we had a couple fights and, here and there, but
Yeah.
it was a battle every day, man. Those guys made me so much better. I appreciate them so much because they made me such a better player.
Man, I tell you, everybody should say Tim's the gentle giant. And I knew firsthand because you were always the quietest person on the floor, and we had a pretty rowdy floor. Yeah,
Oh
you,
yeah,
we had Cedric Griffin, we had Mike Griffin, and David
yeah,
Thomas, Eric Hardiman, and Robert
yeah,
Timmons. Man, we had a pretty rowdy floor.
yeah,
So, and tell you always like the most quiet, most humble guy. You come in, you do your thing. We had who else, man? Mike Williams,
Yep, Mike Williams.
Big Mike Williams, man. Not the offensive lineman
We
Mike
had
Williams,
on the
folks.
other
We're talking
end. I'm
about
trying to think.
defensive, huh?
You had Terrell Brown. That you
Oh,
have him
yeah,
on the other
We had
end.
T Brown. We had Brandon
Eric
Foster.
Foreman. Eric
Eric
Foreman before
Foreman,
he
man. I
left.
remember he came in as a quarterback and he swapped
Yep.
over to linebacker. Remember? Yeah.
Remember Eric was on the field when I was on the field as a freshman. Like
Sure
we was one of the
was.
first ones who played.
Yeah, Eric was a talented guy, man. So hey, we're going to talk about the talent in that class in just a little bit, man. Because hey, we got a lot to catch up on that, man. So hey, tell me about the current state of Texas football, man. You know, what do you think is lacking on the team, or or could be added to the team so that they can get to that next step?
You know what? I haven't been around this new group, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I haven't been around the coaching staff. I haven't really had time to meet everybody.
Yeah.
So I haven't had to, see the pulse of the team. I feel like in order to make an honest opinion, you got to be there a little bit. Like I can't be looking. If I try to make an opinion from afar, I'm a fan. You know
That's
what
true.
I mean? So,
That's true. That's true.
I can't just speculate and just make up something and say, all right, I heard somebody said this. Like, no, you lying. Like, you ain't been around there. So everybody got sources, right? Where they sources is themselves.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
But now, man, I talked to some of the guys still on the team, and they really like the direction. My thing is they get along.
Yeah.
I know in the past with Herman, they didn't get along all the time.
That's true.
And one thing about the 05 and 06 and just my time there is that we got along with each other. Like we enjoyed being around the field house. We enjoyed being around our coaches. Our coaches enjoyed being around us. And it was just you could just feel the love in the air.
Yeah,
And it
man, it
just
was a big
wasn't just
family.
you could feel it was everybody who encountered us.
Yeah, it was a big family.
Back in those times, you had the regular, the normal students could just walk through the field house and go to the car, right?
Sure could.
So you don't have it anymore. It's kind of became so exclusive and secluded where it's like, dang, we can't even touch them dudes. Like they really not students anymore.
Yeah.
Back then, man, we would hang out at everybody.
You guys are hanging. I'm gonna tell you what, man. The funniest story I had, God rest his soul, Cedric Benson, right? And so I'm in my room. I'm playing some DJ Screw, and I got it loud. I'm banging it loud, right? Playing some Madden too. And I hear a knock on my door. So I'm thinking it's my boss, right? Open the door. Cedric Benson and Robert Timmons. Man, what the hell you doing all this music? So that, so they just playing around with me, right? So we ended up playing Madden for, I don't know, a couple hours. And then that kind of became like a ritual where, every time I would see them too, we play Madden, or we go kick it, or go eat, go do something, right? So it was just like a big family, not just with the football players, but with the campus as a whole, like the 7-on-7 drills that Vince used to start. I mean, that was crazy. Like the whole summer, it'd be 7-on-7 camps, and I'm driving guys to the practices and stuff like that because I was rooming with
everybody out there too.
Everybody, man, sports reporters, newspaper folks, man, even recruits were coming up there watching Vince slinging around on 7-on-7. I remember seeing
out there. We got our own fan clubs. I mean, we had it all.
I remember seeing Jackson Shipley come down when he was still like in middle
Jordan?
school. Yeah.
You talking about little one?
Yeah, little. Yeah.
Oh, the little one. Yeah.
Little one. He used to come down there as a kid, 12, 13 years old, and be running routes and stuff, catching balls from Vince, So yeah, it was just crazy to see how it was then and now. Like you say, it's so exclusive. You can't even walk on the campus hardly anymore. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, tell me, okay, who are some of your favorite players on defense that's on the team right now?
Well, I'm biased, man. Alfred Collins, I trained him in high school. So that's my guy right there.
Alfred Collins is a beast.
Man, I tell him, man, when are you gonna turn into Thanos? Like you don't need no glove. You don't need no 5 rings. Just snap your finger, dude.
Man, I'm
kind of waiting on that day when he take himself to that dark place. I used to always get at him like, dude, you gotta take yourself to that dark place. Like when you walk in that field, it's kill them all. You know what I mean? It needs to be bloods and guts all over the field when you get done. Like it's the mentality that you gotta have.
And the size he has, when he does flip that switch, it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be nasty.
It's gonna be ugly, but it's gonna be such a beautiful sight to see.
You ain't lying, man. Hey, I always think about back in 05 and 04 when y'all had that hell of a defensive line. You go down the line, you had yourself, you came in 03, but you had guys like Marcus Tubbs, Roderick Wright, Larry Dibbles, Brian Rowe, B-Rob. Who else on that line, man? You guys had a squad, man.
When I first got there, it was Mike Williams was backing us up.
Yeah, Mike Williams, yeah.
Brian Pickrell was good. He just got hurt and he had to retire.
Yeah,
But
Brian
Pick
was
pretty
really
good. Pick was good too. When he got hurt, that's when I stepped in.
Yeah.
And then Rat came in and all those guys came in.
Chirac Poe. Godly. Y'all had a
Frank
squad.
O'Cam is another one.
Big Frank O'Cam, man. Ooh, big Frank, man. Man, hey, those were the golden days, man. That was like the golden era of Texas football. We'll see you guys out there, man. But Tim, if you had to name an all-time UT defense, who's gonna be?
Oh, let me start with the D line. All time? Like how far are we going? Like all time?
Yeah, all time. Or
well, if I wasn't born yet, you ain't getting on the list because I don't remember you.
I'm with you. On that,
I didn't get a chance to see you play, so I'm sorry if I'm offending some of the old timers.
Yeah.
But I just don't remember you playing. But let's see. Defensive end. Aaron Humphrey's got to be somewhere on there. A. Hunt was a monster, man. I looked up to him so much. Like he was a GA when I was there, so he taught me a lot.
Yeah.
And Humphreys, man, Rack took it to a whole nother level that me and Rob just didn't take it to. And he's my little brother, man, and I definitely put him on the other side. Corey Redding's gonna be in there somewhere. I give him he'll be the swing defensive end.
Yeah.
D tackles, definitely Casey Hampton, Sean Rogers. My swing guy be Rod Wright.
Ooh, man.
I'll tell you who else was good, man. Roy Miller. He
Big
was
Roy.
I put him in there too.
Big Roy in Texas.
Yeah, Big Roy Miller, dude. That dude right there. He came in as a freshman benching 450, dude. Just
I remember him coming in. Yeah. And
let's see. Let's go to the linebacker core. Mike linebacker. I'm gonna have to go. There's been some good linebackers over the years.
Yeah, had some good ones, man.
Linebackers. There's some of the old ones that I'm missing, dude. D.D. Lewis is one of them.
D.D., yeah, he played
Aaron,
the Seahawks.
Aaron Harris. Aaron Harris is definitely up in there.
So underrated too.
Yeah,
Aaron Harris
he gets forgotten because I feel like his junior season was just as good or maybe even better than Derek's senior year. Like,
Aaron had
the guy. It was kind of like Lance Briggs and Brian Urlacher.
Yeah,
like he was Lance Briggs, where he did all the dirty work, take on the double teams, and DJ just flowed. He just cleaned up everything.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm trying to think. It was another linebacker I'm missing, man. I just can't think of it right now. Let's see. Derek Johnson's definitely in there. Yeah. One of the linebackers. And let's see. I need another. Let's run a 4-3 defense. So who would be another linebacker? Who's some of the newer guys? I'm trying to think anybody the newer guys.
You got Malik.
No, it wasn't Malik. Malik he had an okay career. I think he could have been a lot better if he would have stayed at more of an outside stand up, kind of let him rush the quarterback.
Yeah.
Sergio Kendall, I got to put him in. I know he moved to defensive end, but I kind of have got to have him in there somewhere.
Yeah, I love Sergio's game.
He plays so hard. Who's now secondary? It's about to get. I got to be careful what I say.
You got to be careful. They're gonna come back for you,
man. Dudes gonna be caught. They're gonna be texting me, man. And what's up with that? All right, strong safety, Michael Griffin.
Most def.
All right, no doubt, Michael Griffin. He could do it all, dude. Special teams too. Free safety. Michael Huff is definitely in there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, some of the old school guys, Stanley Richards and all those guys, I didn't ever see them play, but I just heard the stories about them, so I know they had to have been somewhere.
Yeah.
Corners. Never played with him. He's old time, but Brian Westbrook, he's one of my favorites. He's definitely in there. Aaron Ross, we went to high school together.
Big Aaron, man.
Let's see who else. I'm making backups too. Cedric Griffin, man, he brought that attitude.
Wasn't he tough? Nasty attitude all the time. Dude. I always
He
fight you
quiet
too on
like
campus.
me, but man, he ready to attack when it's time. You know,
He was a good
if
dude,
we're in the
man.
foxhole, I know he gonna probably come out first with me.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
he
he was a
ain't gonna
good
say
dude.
nobody. You will never know it either until it's time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true though.
uh,
It's funny, man.
Terrell Brown is definitely in there. How did I forget Earl Thomas? He's definitely in there as a safety too.
ET,
I give
yeah.
him the swing guy.
Man.
I know I can't get the starting lineup, so I'm gonna put some backup guys in there too.
You can't accept everybody, huh? That's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
That's a good team, though, man. That's a good team. And so, all right, so here's a new section that I'm gonna add to these interviews, man. Is you gotta give me a player on offense and a player on defense who was at Texas, who didn't get to the league, but you thought like should have went to the league, man. You know, I'll start off and I say, like I always say, my guy on offense was RT,
Yes.
and Eric Hardeman if he could have stayed on the team. His size and speed. Eric's just a hothead though, but RT for sure. RT for sure. Yeah. Who's yours? Offense and defense.
I gotta you know, me and Eric was very close
Yeah.
because, you know, Coach Brown realized that I was very mature beyond my years. So he kind of put me in charge to kind of monitor Eric.
Yeah.
And he felt like I was the only one that could try to, you know, calm him down. If, you
Yeah.
know, because Eric wouldn't disrespect me.
Uh-huh.
You know, he might disrespect everybody else, but he knew like, nah, man, he too good of a dude
Yeah.
to do him like that. Yeah, so we had a mutual respect thing, but as far as talent wise, he might be the most talented running back I've ever seen in my life, and that's
Man,
NFL. That's NFL included.
Tim, you
Uh,
know, I have this conversation with people all the time about Eric Hardeman, and people they think I'm lying when I say this, but I remember going to the spring games, and this was Cedric Benson's, I think, junior year, maybe senior year, and everybody in the stands is like, put E-Man in, and Eric get a couple carries, and bam, 30 yards, bam, 40 yards, and it's just like 6'1", 210 pounds as a freshman, running a legit 4.4 40 with them pads on, a track star, just uber talented. I like him and RT is some of the guys where you just see the talent, you're like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying?
and the thing about it, you just kind of cut his weight, man. Eric used to weigh in at like 220, 225.
He was
And
that big.
yeah.
I used to
Like I
see him all
remember
the
getting
time.
him, he was 220, 225, man. But you know, Eric had those huge calf muscles.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
he looked like a turtle. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, you like a turtle, man. Like, what's underneath that shell of yours? You know, but you know, Eric was man, Eric, the guy, I remember we had 40-yard dad testing one time. He had some J's on and just like you say, ran a 4.4 and some J's. Just didn't care, man. You know,
Didn't care.
J's are heavy and
A
stuff.
heavy. He's just
The
so
guy just
talented.
did not care. And he could literally go to receiver and mess around, almost start. You know, the
Yeah.
guy could run routes, could catch.
Yeah.
He just like you said, he was just crazy, man.
Yeah.
He's a crazy
Eric.
guy. But yeah, but him probably RT for what he did on the field, RT is definitely one that's like, damn, man, what in the world?
Yeah.
How did that not? It just wasn't meant to be because
Yeah.
I can only imagine RT in the NFL. Man, that dude, get that dude some money, he would have probably, man, there's no telling what his life would have been if you'd have gave that guy that type of money and at that point of his life, how buck wild he was back in
Yeah,
those
man.
times.
Yeah, people forget it
It's
was a
kind of a blessing that he didn't go.
yeah, it was a wild time, keeping up with some of you guys, man. I had a good floor. I ain't gonna lie. You guys were good to me. I ain't never had a problem with none of you guys. That's why it's always been kind of cool.
Well,
Tony Hills.
because the thing, yeah, you kept it real. Like you understood. Like I said, real always recognized real. So when I first encountered you, I said, "Oh man," I said, "Dude, Nick, real." I said, "He a real dude." I don't know where he from at that time, but I was like, "Man, he a real dude." Then I started understanding where you from, and I would talk a little bit. You'd be like, "Hey man, hey, boss on my tail a little bit. Hey, make sure y'all keep the music down a little bit for the day. We're gonna be
Yeah,
good for the rest of the week." though,
Yeah.
so y'all could, so you was cool about it. Like you would kind of let us be like, hey man, y'all know y'all can't be smoking it, like whatever. Y'all can't be doing that in here. If y'all go smoke, make sure you go outside somewhere.
Go in the
Come on, respect.
stairwell.
Yeah, go to the stair, because man, you go on a certain floor. It was always that third floor. You go to that third floor, man, it smelled like Jamaica over there.
Well, we had some fun, man. We had some fun. Hey, man, so tell me this though. Who's your player on defense though? That didn't make it. Who you thought was that guy?
I felt like, because I got to think about what he did on the field. I felt like Robert Killebrew.
Ooh, Robert Killebrew, man.
The year that he had as a junior,
mm-hmm.
when we went to the championship, I feel like we were so engulfed in having fun, and we didn't even realize our position, the leverage that we had. But man, and we always thinking like, I'm gonna come back and have a better year.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out that way. But he was so hot at the moment, he didn't realize how high he was, probably as far as on draft boards coming out as a junior.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have came out as a junior, he would have been drafted. He'd have probably been in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's a great special teams guy, plays hard, loves contact. He got some mentality.
He was something else.
Anybody who's ever met Killebrew, he's always ready to fight somebody or something. He got the mentality of a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So, he had worked so hard too, because he was like a defensive end when he came in, and he had to make the transition so he could actually rush the quarterback too. So they was sending him in on blitzes all the time. But I think Killebrew is the one he's the one that came to my mind. It's like, man, he should have made it.
Yeah, man. That's a good list, man. I remember too, man. Ed Mack. If he could have stayed in school, man, McCullough had that speed.
Oh,
he was just, he was just a little short, but he had that speed, man, and he was just natural fast. He even had like a little pop belly too. He was fast though. Ed Mack, man.
That dude was stiff as a board. I didn't even meet him that long because he didn't stay around for too long.
Nah. He didn't stay around at all. I think he was there for maybe a semester or two.
He played as a freshman too.
He was
actually out there on the field.
Yeah, he got on the field as a freshman. That was just speed. He had speed galore, man. So that's crazy, man. But man, that's a good list, man. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, Killebrew, of course, Eric Hardeman. I always go to bat for Eric Hardeman. I tell people all the time how talented that he was. I used to go to the games with him, just sit in the stands, or he's on the field. I mean, like, he would give me all his tickets. Timmons would give me his tickets. I would just be in like every game, just sitting talking with the parents and everything. So yeah, man, that's what's up, man. I appreciate this, Tim.
The one
good,
you just
man.
mentioned is another one.
Who?
The one you just mentioned is
Robert
Timmons.
Robert
Timmons. He should have made it to.
Let me tell you about Robert Timmons. Man. Let me tell you about
Robert Timmons was like 230.
Yeah,
he was a big old receiver.
A big receiver. Let me tell you about Robert Timmons, right? So, Robert Timmons went to Roosevelt down in Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's in Oak Cliff.
Yep.
He played quarterback, okay, and he played me some of his I think sophomore and junior tape, and he looked like Donovan McNabb, straight up Donovan McNabb, just at the QB position. He goes to Flower Mound, and like that whole coaching staff, they swapped him over to wide receiver, and that's when he came in Texas as a wideout. And he's talking about just a talented guy. He got snaps as a freshman.
Yes,
he got snaps as a freshman over there. Roy Williams and Sloan and BJ, and they had Rob T, I think, in the slot for a game or two. Man, I was like, Rob out on the field.
Like Rob wasn't as tall as this guy that I played with NFL, but they had the same kind of feet. Like, you could tell they was a running back or something.
Yeah.
But Brandon Marshall, when I played with him in Denver, B. Marshall was a running back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when he catch the ball, man, his feet, he had really good feet. He didn't have enough. Like Robert T, he wasn't as extremely fast, but he had great feet that could make you miss.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob T definitely not as big as far as tall as Brandon Marshall, but I think Rob T is about 6'2", 230.
Yeah,
man, that's great size, dude. That's great size.
Yeah, so he was my roommate in the summertime, man. We used to roommate in the summertime, so he used to be able to be me, him, and Selvin Young was like his big brother. So Selvin would come in all the time, and we had good times, man. We had good times.
Rob T, a cool dude, man. He took it hard when said pass. That was they left and right hand.
Yeah, he was always with him. Even when said went to the league. Rob T went with him. He went to Chicago with him. He was in Cincinnati with him. He was always with him. That was his dude.
It was it was the weirdest friendship ever because everybody who knows said, man, he hung around 99% white people.
Yeah.
But he grew up in the hood. It was a hood of West Texas.
Yeah.
Midland. It was the
Midland.
weirdest thing ever.
Midland Lee, man.
Like when I met Sad B, man, he had on some thong sandals. I was like, man, what black dude got thong sandals on? Like what's up with that?
He was
I'm like, he
cool
had
though,
some
man. Sam was just
real. I mean,
cool.
he would go to the man. He loved to get on Lake Travis and get on them scuba dudes or whatever
Yeah.
they call
Uh-huh.
sea dudes, and
Yeah.
he'd be the only dude out there paddleboarding and stuff. And black folks, we don't be doing no stuff like that, man. We ain't with the
Sam was
man. We
living
ain't with
his
the
life,
hey.
man. He
We
was
gonna
living his
stick it
life.
to the if we can't see the bottom, we ain't getting out there.
Sam was living his life, man. He was just living his life. Always having fun.
Man, I love
man.
that dude, man. He was. We called it weird, but he was just a different cat, man. But him and Rob T, Aaron Harris is another one.
Yeah.
You talking about street dudes that he just hung with all the time, man.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, that's the weirdest thing. Like, how you gonna be over there and then you cross the street and you with these two dudes? Like, that's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, man. That was Sad B, man. Man, it just sucks that he's gone. Texas fans, would have loved to have seen him grow, just get older, and then to have pictures eventually with Earl, Ricky, and Sid as they all just age, right? And then throw in, like JC in there too, man, Jamal Charles. And I mean, so man, it's sad to see how, just how he passed, man. But
Sid, man, he said he did it how he wanted it.
Yeah.
Sid used to ride them. Everybody knows Sid. He used to ride the motorcycles hard.
All day. Yeah, all day.
He used to ride the motorcycles hard. It's like, dude, you need to be careful, man. And he's like, I gotta live my life, man. So that's how he is.
Him. That's him, man. Well, that's cool, man. This been good, Tim. It's been good to catch up, man. Man, I appreciate you, just coming on the show, man, and everything, man. And man, thanks for it, man. Thanks for this, man. It was good.
Anytime, dude. Anytime you need me back on, man, let me know.
Yeah, man, I got you, Tim, man. I appreciate it. And folks, man, go catch Tim, man, on Twitter, Instagram. He's a pleasure just to read his tweets, man. Tim keeps me rolling. He has me rolling all the time. Tim, you low key a comedian, man. You low key a comedian. But all right, man. Hey, man, I appreciate it, Tim, man.
Definitely, man. Have a good one.
All right, man. You too.